I think what makes us so proud is the connection between the people, the drivers, and ourselves. And we also take a lot of pride in the fact that the regiments that we are associated with, the Green Howards and the Royal Highland Fusiliers, we definitely honour them as much as we possibly can. And we were particularly pleased to be able to do this for this wonderful gentleman, Harry Wilson. And so the plate is one of our, we're really proud of that.
So Harold Wilson, he was 100 years old. You managed to get him in the cab over Delta, didn't you?
Yeah, and there's some lovely photos of him, and it was really lovely to make his day. And I happened to be in the carriage with him, and it was lovely to chat with him. And he had lovely stories, and his particular favourite was the Black Watch.
Wow.
And so we were really pleased to be able to put it on on our loco.
Yeah, no, we're not professional in the slightest.
On my nose.
Oh yeah, it was a bit high. Put my head like.
Hello, I'm Mike Callum Rudd, the Deltic Preservation Society's loco hire manager and volunteer liaison officer. I'm here today to talk to you about the fundraising appeal that we are running through GoFundMe to raise funds to get this engine, Power Unit 430, which was last in 55008 and taken out in 1981.
We do know what we're doing, promise.
All together now.
Okay, I'm Natalie. I'm social media editor for the society. I run the Facebook page and the Instagram page. Behind me we have number 8's cab. I was going to say, when did we acquire this?
That was in 26.
26.
I know that. I didn't look at the side. I didn't look at the side at all.
Hello, I'm Mark Vodden. I'm the Chief Fundraising Officer for the Deltic Preservation Society. And my main aim is to try and make people aware of the amount of money that it costs to run a Deltic.
It's not been used since. We've done a heck of a lot of work on it. The first thing we did, we made sure there was oil in there was coolant in there, took samples, had them tested, they were absolutely fine. We barred the engine over and it bars over nice and freely. But because it's going back in D9015 Tulyar, hopefully in the next couple of months, we've spent quite a fair bit of money on it over the last 6 to 9 months. We've had the fuel pumps and the fuel injectors away, serviced, tested and sent back. We've had all new power unit internal hoses done. For the simple fact is, once the phasing case goes back on, all this, like you can see here, is totally inaccessible.
Behind me we have number 8's cab. We acquired it in 1986. It has been on quite a journey itself. It was a train simulator back in 2004, and more recently we've had it refurbed by a group of our volunteers to make it I nearly had that.
And these hoses have to be specially made because of the shape of them. So not only have we bought the hoses, we've had to pay for forming equipment to be made and everything. The guys have cleaned all the faces up. They're all looking good. And then here we've got the main generator. That's been away to Dorleck down in Claycross. They've done a superb job, got some brilliant readings on it. It's virtually back to new, and the auxiliary generator is on the floor behind it. Those two have cost us £20,000, £10,000 on the bits and bobs on that. And then the sandwich, or the sandwich filling as I call it, because you've got the engine, you've got the generator, connecting the two is the phasing case which fits onto these 3 faces here.
What did I say before that? Yeah, we've refurbished by a group of volunteers.
Although this is engine 430, the phasing case is marked 428, which was actually last in Royal Highland Fusilier. We taken removed in October 1981, just before the end of the Deltics.
What did I say after that?
That is virtually nearing completion. The money is being spent. As I speak, the credit transfers are being made this weekend to finish the job off. Hopefully that will be back in about 3 to 4 weeks completed, ready to go in.
We have a special event coming up on the 28th of December, at the Great Central Railway. And I would like to, if you'd like to go, please come down to that, because it's we've got the Royal Highland Fusilier running at that. And please come, please buy tickets. The more that come, the more we can raise money for ourselves and the Great Central.
Originally, we had the cab roughly to here, and through a company, we've had it extended. Starting on the floor, all the floor's been redone, cutting it out, cleaning it all up, putting the grip mats back on. Everything's got painted. Everything that we could take off to do on the desk and paint, we did that.
We were talking about earlier about the attention to detail with things as well. There's some unique features on this cab as well, isn't there, in regards to certain things you were pointing out earlier?
Yes, we do have the scoop, the handle. It sort of works still. It's when they used to pick up the water back in the BR days. We've got a cutout of the Deltic engine. It gives people an example of this is where the engine would be in the engine room, and shows the slice through of the actual engine. So we haven't like wasted an engine just cutting it up for display.
That would be a waste.
Yep.
No, it's fantastic to see what the engine would do. Does this actually work as well?
Yes.
Does it run?
Yes.
Maybe let's see how this runs, shall we?
It's open every Saturday or Sunday unless we are posted about it. This is open all the time, so anybody can just come up, walk in, have a look in, just ask one of our volunteers if you would like any explanations of anything. We're more than happy to help.
The advice we took from Tom Sharp at Orbital was that why put a phasing case on here as a fill-in in the sandwich that stood for 40 years. It is an unknown quantity. We could start the engine up, it could run for 20 minutes, something could fail in there, most likely thing would be the main oil seal, and then we've got to take it all apart again, which is roof off, engine out, there's another £4,000 gone, do the repair, put it back in, there's another £4,000 gone. So we've taken the best option and it's paying off. So hopefully next 3 to 4 weeks the phasing case will be back, power unit will go back into D9015 sometime in early or late winter, early spring, ready to go down to the Great Central Railway, probably March time, where we do some running in, and eventually we do have dates, but I can't confirm them yet, that we'll do something that we've never done before. All 3 DPS Deltics will work together on one event. They've all worked with each other, but they've never all worked together as a 3.
And when we get up there, absolutely. So this is a dream come true. So this doesn't happen very often, apparently. Not many people get to go inside here, so this is going to be, and it just happens to be my favourite Deltic as well, so exciting. Oh my goodness. Wow. Now this is just the ultimate dream, isn't it, really? Again, right, just absolute dream. Look at this. This is what dreams are made of, for sure. Wow. To think this last run on, well, the last time this ran was, did he say something like 20 years ago? Probably a bit more. Unbelievable. Now the gentleman down here who has done a piece of the camera for us, he was one of the very last people to actually drive this particular locomotive. He was the one who switched it off before they actually started refurbishing the loco itself. So this particular engine has had pretty much a ground up refurbishment, so it's had all its body panels taken off, the engines are currently being refurbished. They did have a video actually of them starting up one of the engines, which is lovely to see. But just the attention to detail with these things is just absolutely unbelievable. The brass work on the floor, the foot plates, and just even down to the leather around sort of the cowling here is just unbelievable. Privileged, I think, is the word for this. It's just absolutely amazing to be able to sat in the driver's seat, to be sat in the driver's seat of such an iconic locomotive. Fantastic. What a day. Cool.
So there you go, we've had an absolute fantastic time. Just before we disappear, I've got
Taken
to
so
tell
many
you
photos.
that they've got a cafe and a gift shop, and they've treated us to some very delicious fish and chips. Of course, the team here that have been looking after us so well, and you have definitely got a camera full of pictures and content to share.
Smug face right now.
What was your best bit?
Getting the cab of that,
Yeah,
because it doesn't happen often. So,
yeah,
exclusive.
yeah.
Very
And,
exclusive.
also, as usual, any links that are relevant to the content that we've provided for you today are waiting for you down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time,
Ta-ra.
you're a lot more efficient than Martin Clark.
Yeah, that was a little wrong pause when he did
Oh,
it.
you'll
Come
be
on, Mark. Get it together,
He'd
mate.
be stood there for months before he twigs.
He'll come back in a minute.
Yeah, right, okay.
Ta-ra.
Ta-ra. So we need to get